We are just to the west of you, Coach, on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 15, line. 15 line. You're not ready. You're not ready. What's up?
The carry here for the big tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They're going to look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jonathan Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
I got you. I got you.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's got this down to the 35. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it here with Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ready? Black 22.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Green, triple C. Check off. Check.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Easy. I got motion. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt, and he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Now.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Break. 51. Sure.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Hey, exit. Shoot.
Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On second down, it's Hunt pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Ready? 2-ready.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
They'll try to run forward with Howard. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
Let's go, baby.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Ready? Black 25.
Watch your back. And watch your leg.
First down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Bandit. Mike, 55. Check.
Throwing, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
That's it. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ready? White 25.
We ain't giving him nothing today. Check it out, Reed.
Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? Black 22. Green 17.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Double dog. That's the way.
From the gun, Winston. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Jameis to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
Here we go. Their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offense. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kendall Beckwith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13.
And it's 3rd down.
On the double.
Mike 51. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
50. Ready.
The 14-yard line.
Come on. Sunday.
Following the interception, Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
They run with Howard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
65. 65.
Let's go.
Now Winston. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
51 the mic, boy, 51.
Hey, Alpha.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 2nd down, Kamara. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Come on, the ball.
Back to throw here. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one good for 24 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
25, check 25, check 25. He's coming. Double up.
Look, squeeze. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Four minutes to play here in quarter number 2. They'll set up to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Winston. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. So we got man. Easy. Hey. Mike 55. Mike 55. I got you.
Where you coming to?
Mike 55. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Working out of the gun. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Ready, break.
Mike 51. Mike 51. I got it.
Now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught. Smith. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
At the 39-yard line.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Now it's Kamara in the passing game, and he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Lutz's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
40 seconds to the mic.
The first down throw for Winston. And he finds Howard complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
55 is my guy, 55. You remember me?
Hey, let's get it to work.
Let's go, baby. Rush in, rush in, rush in. 36, 36.
Here's Winston. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Chris Godwin. Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half here, Winston. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete.
Let's go, let's go.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 2nd and 9, Winston looking downfield for Godwin. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Second and 13. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll drop to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. They run right side with Hunt. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Kareem Hunt with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Again, it's Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Set up, 30 base. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Now back to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kendall Beckwith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 48, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On the counter, Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Ready? Blue ready.
5-5-5. Check pass. Check pass.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 55.
I got it.
Mike 50. Trump. 55. Woo! Mike 50. Easy. Hey. Hey, eat. Stay with your man.
Third and long for Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go.
They run it again with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
You're going to see me in your nightmare.
45.
They're going to look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Saints. 51 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 12. And he's into the clear. The 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
7 on the 50. 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 7 on
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
He's going to go for a big play down. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35.
First down, New Orleans.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Look at me, zipper. Five. 51,
They'll set up a throw. Open man is Trey Burton. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey!
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Snap!
Looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
2 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line.
Ready.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They run again with Hunt. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. To throw, Winston. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Jameis now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Winston. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd down now. It's Hunt. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The Bucs on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Wait. Mike's 47.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flushed out right. He's got Evans. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Howard. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Ready?
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Don't say nothing.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Bucs on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Running with Howard. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Ready?
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
You. Green, from the team.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. A give to Howard. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7. Hurry 2.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay, and they were really